Hello, my name is Andy Fleck and this is Christopher Hartman, and we are physical therapists at the Fulton County Medical Center. We are part of the Advanced Work Rehab program here at our facility. Today we're here to talk to you about lifting techniques and how to keep your back safe while you're lifting in order to prevent injuries in the workplace. Should you suffer an injury at the workplace, we do also offer rehabilitation to help you recover from those injuries. So we're going to talk briefly about some of the structures in the low back and causes of low back pain. As you can see here in this model, there are many structures here in the low back. There's all kinds of muscles that span up and down the spine. There's several joints, there's several nerves that go along the spine. Injury to any one of these structures can cause back pain. Now, it's often very difficult to pinpoint the exact cause of back pain because there are so many structures in the low back and because so many of these structures are so very small. It's why it's so important that you use proper lifting techniques when you are lifting in order to protect the structures of the spine. So next we're going to show you how to use these proper lifting techniques in order to save the structures here in the low back and prevent low back injuries. To help you better understand ways to try and prevent these injuries, we're going to review proper body mechanics and we're going to walk you through an actual lifting technique. So the first step, and we're going to use this stick to help better visualize this. So you're going to put the stick against your back. Now the stick should be touching 3 points: your head, your back, and your butt. And as we go through this lifting technique, you should see these points of contact at all time with the stick. So step one is going to be that straight back. You're going to see that nice arch here in the low back, and we're going to try and maintain this at all times. The next step is going to be a hinge at the hips. So he's going to bend forward. Good. So maintaining those points of contact. The next step is going to be a bend at the knees. So he's going to squat down towards the floor, again, maintaining those points of contact. This is going to allow the muscles of the legs to bear the load and take the stress off of the low back. You have to bend at the hips and knees in order to allow the back to stay safe during this lift. All right, so now we're going to demonstrate how to pick up a load from the floor. So think of those mechanics that we used earlier using the stick. So imagine the stick along his back as we do the lift here. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to get nice and close to the object. I usually recommend that the feet line up with the object. So he's going to maintain a wide base of support, and you can see his feet are shoulder width apart or even a little further to help him as he brings this load up. So we're going to hinge at the hips just as we did before, keeping that back straight. He's going to bend at the knees, he's going to grab the object, and notice how he's not reaching forward as he's picking up the object. It's right there. He's going to come up, grab the object, and as he comes up, he's looking up, and his back is straight. You can see that as he came up, he was lifting with his legs, avoiding any work from his back, keeping his back safe as he lifts this object. You can also see as he's lifting the object, he's keeping the object as close to his body as possible. This is going to allow the load to stay close and prevent any possible injury. So now we're going to show you what not to do when you're lifting an object. So probably the biggest mistake we see here is bending at the back and allowing that back to do all the work instead of those large muscles of the legs. That is going to put you at a higher risk for injury in your low back. The next is going to be, as you're carrying the load, to never twist. That low back does not like to twist. Its main function is to go forward and backwards and not twist. So that twisting is going to increase your chances of injury. So to avoid twisting, what you're going to do is as you're carrying the object, you're going to pivot your feet and maintain that nice normal spine as you move the object. The next thing is to know what you're lifting. If the object is too heavy for you and you do not feel that you will be able to manage the object, don't put your back at risk. Instead, maybe get a lifting device, a dolly, another pair of hands, just so you don't put yourself at high risk for injury.